Seksele kancane sizophumelela. Yo yo yo. Seksele kancane. Seksele kancane sizophumelela. Yo yo yo. Seksele kancane. Seksele kancane sizophumelela.
Welcome family, welcome. Igama lami nguSimanga Makhubu. This is the Big Daddy Football Corner. Mafethu, if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, kindly do so. Subscribe, and subscribe. Mafethu, I'm back once again, and people that are watching this channel for the first time, this is where, guys, we break down games, we tactically break down, and this is what I call a post-match tactical analysis, where we go a little bit deeper and then we look at the detail, we decode the game, look at the detail and look at things that that people hardly notices tactically, and then we break it down and we talk about it, so welcome into the channel. Bafethu, Orlando Pirates are through to the semi-finals of this thing called a culling knockout competition, and for me, guys, very happy. Orlando Pirates ukuthi suli Nyembezi, after that lost on penalties, to that Limpopo team, from DRC. Again, for me this season, I'm not looking anything less than a treble. I want us to win this culling thing. This is one cup that always runs away from us. And guys, I don't know, I have a smell of a treble this season. If Orlando Pirates does not win a treble, I will be very disappointed, because this gives us the time that now we are not in CAF Champions League to concentrate on these cups in this league. For me, something that is on Suli Nyembezi, is for us winning a treble, MTN, Carling Cup, and then we win the league. Because for me, this is an opportunity for us to go for it. If we don't win the league, let's take the Nedbank Cup, clean sweep of all the local trophies, but the league will be, the one. Let's get back into the game of it. So, third kit, Orlando Pirates released, on the 14th of November. That kit is going to be out, guys. When you look at it from far, it looks like something of beauty. It's a collection, and again, it's a limited edition. So everyone on the 14th of November, go buy. I can't wait, to wear that thing. And people are saying this was CAF Champions League third kit. I don't know how true it is. Going to the lineup, 4 changes that were made into this game. I think Lebito started. I think Undaba, started. Densin started. Mbutuma, started. And again, I don't know what you guys think about the coach's decision to rotate, because in each and every game is going to have 3-4 changes. First and second season of Jose, it was the same thing. And a lot of people, specifically Shamase, on Twitter, he was always mad about Jose making 3 changes in the next lineup, 4 changes in the next lineup, and he said play the consistent team. And in the last season, he played the consistent team. We went on, to the semi-finals of the CAF Champions League. But let's see how Uwadu does, because for the players, it is great. But for us as supporters, we play the same team so that they get used to each other and we win games. And because when a player is not playing, in a certain game, you start thinking, something could have been, it have happened, which is what happened with the game in Limpopo, where Umbata as well as wasn't even in the lineup. Makgopa wasn't even in the lineup. Umabasa stayed, and didn't even play in this particular game. First half, I'm very much impressed about Orlando Pirates, guys. There's a couple of things that impressed me, and I've not been talking about it. And today is nice because it's the third game that I'm seeing one of the very same thing that is happening. Because I love to look at pattern. And analysis is always about looking at the pattern and able to decode the pattern. I've been impressed by Orlando Pirates' variety of how they progress play. There's always different ways. And whenever you watch a team doing analysis, you always look at, what they do when they have possession, and then what is it exactly that they do, how do they build up, and how do they get into the final third. Orlando Pirates, when I decode it, there's three ways that they get into the opposition final third. One is the center back playing a quick pass out wide to full backs who are normally positioned very high. And then the full backs is going to play on the inside. Whoever is on the inside, whether it's going to central midfielder, normal Tito in that half space, and then boom, we're out of the press. That's number one. Number two, they will play a vertical ground pass, looking for Tito, looking for Apolis, both center backs, straight vertical pass in the half space. Utito will make a decoy run, into that space, receive in that half space, 10 in that half space, and then we progress play. And then we also, the third way is we're doing diagonals, where we'll switch the ball quickly with a quick diagonal out wide, usually to our left back hand side. I think we more play out using our right back, but there are some passes that we normally do on the right hand side where all full backs are positioned higher. They receive, they receive up high. They turn, make a cross, or they make a pass, a cutback inside the book. That's the thing. The fourth is when we play through the middle. And that's when pushing and bobosa, pagat escoping, pagat, especially Umbule, where he's able to receive them, half turn, right in the traffic, and then we progress play. And these are the different ways that Orlando Pirates is able to progress play. And for me, it's beautiful to see because, it says to me there's so many ways where we can get into the final third. There's the second thing that I also notice is Orlando Pirates out of possession. I've been noticing this thing for a while, and again, this is the third game because I wanted to see the pattern and the pattern. Orlando Pirates, all of a sudden, under our coach Wadu, they're imposing, their game play even more. They want to control the game. They're dominating the game, and they're dominating in all fronts. And how do they do it? They pin the opposition in their own half. And for strange reason, guys, they're using a 2-1 rest defense, using two center backs, and then with one pivot, that control the space behind the attacking seven. Orlando Pirates attack with 7 players, guys. And this enable progressive pressing. Whenever we lose the ball, because they are playing more compact, more closer to each other, they are quickly, especially the pivot, is normally the first, to aggressively press, especially and stop that counter attack before they get into the center back. Look how Orlando Pirates pushes the line of those two center back. It pushes very, very, very high. And for me is damn. One of the reasons why we not caught on transition is because the profile of our center backs allow us, even if we go one-on-one on speed, they have the speed to go back and reverse and run, into the opposition. I wonder when we play Kogi what will happen, because that is a very dangerous game. Again, Buffett, the positional occupation, the compact vertical structure that we have, how we compress the space vertically, we're keeping that back three, the 2-1, but we keep it close enough to intercept them long balls, but high enough as well to support the press. It forces the opposition to play short or sideways, and we limit the escape route. And here, guys, it's beautiful to see, I'm not going to lie, right? And then the other thing that also frustrated me in this game was we played too much into Magesi's strength. All our shot and targets were straight to the goalkeeper, who was positioned right in the middle. I know he did a great save. No, the ball is straight to the player. They are playing, and again, we are playing crosses, guys. We know Magesi, they are very good. One of their strengths is being able to defend the set pieces. is able to attack him set pieces, is able to win him a first ball, but we were playing too many crosses inside the box, and they were always winning the ball, and when we get first into the ball, we are shooting straight to, to Uchipezeze, to his height, and then all of a sudden he wins the man of the match because we are giving the ball to him, and then I tweeted, before the end of the first half, I said, if Orlando Pirates loses this game, the blame is going to go to the head coach. And I said to myself, at what point do we start holding the players accountable? Because they are firing every single ball straight to Chipezepe. 2 chances I saw, from Butuma, into the... I counted 3 goals, guys, that could have scored in the first half, right? Second half, I was mad at Lebito. You are in the box, Lebito. You are marking a left-footed player, Uchira Mbadare. And one rule of 1v1 into that area, you stay tight, you stay close, you don't allow the player to turn, and you don't even allow him to turn to his strongest foot. And guess what Lebiso did? He gave Chibadare space and time. He turned to his strongest foot. He shot, and we almost, we almost conceded. I was livid, and then again, Magesi. They were winning all the first and the second balls because that is their strength. Magesi number 37, Usibanyoni, will drop deep at times, win the first ball, and they always react to the second ball whenever the first ball is played. He always drops deep. Sometimes he will flick the ball to an on-running player in the half space. Boom! They are inside the box next to Shahid. Denson Cameron, I spoke about him and how incredible, how incredible he is when he gets into the ball. He lights up and all of a sudden he attacks with speed. He becomes a monster once he's on the ball, especially his ball carrying ability, and his incredible speed when he is on the ball. But what frustrated me in this game is after making the run, he doesn't make the final pass, man. He's crossing the ball to Magesi and they're able to defend those areas. And I always wanted to, shy screen, because of that. That's why for me, guys, there's a player in the DDC called Usimpiwa Masilela. If I'm not mistaken, he wears jersey number 28 in the DDC. Go and check on my Big Daddy Football Corner and page on Facebook and what I said about that player. For me, he's going to be incredible. I even said he might be better than Cameron as well as Usilepe because of his ability to play the progressive pass. And those half turns that he does. Oh, guys, watch out for that one, guys. You will... Moremi's goal. Wow! Man, oh man, what a goal. What a strike, guys. Contender of the season with no reasonable doubt. Look at the switch. It came from deep. Remember what I said? Another way that we were able to go into the final third, that diagonal pass that broke, Ilokuzana, because when the ball was played, it's played at a quick pace that by the time they wake up, already the ball is in the final third, and already Ilokuzana Undaba, is on the other side. One diagonal pass, it stretched. Magesi caught them off guard. Again, remember what I said about Undaba, about his efficiency in the final third, able to play all different type of crosses, especially the market backs. And guess what? Boom! Moremi with that left footer. What a goal! Again, Makgopa, another Makgopa, my goal. I've said this thing before, guys. There is no player in the PSL that is able to manipulate space like Utito, like Apolis. But I will specifically talk about Utito, about how he's a master, with overloads and underloads in the pockets. Look where he made the pass to Makgopa. There's something we called in football special awareness. Spatial awareness. That's the right pronunciation. It's a rare ability that not every player will have. It's the ability of the player to understand, read the board and then react, to the position relative to the players back from his own team, relative to the opponents, as well as where the space is. How he makes smart decision, better movement, tactical control. Here, guys, Utito. Guys, the only thing is for me is inconsistency. You know, again, we conceded. And guess where we conceded from? Set piece. And how the goal came? Standard situation. What happened? Ball played to the box. As usual, we didn't react to that first ball. They reacted first. They scored the goal. Hi guys, this thing of set pieces, it's getting to my nerves. And but I think Bobo Mbogazi and CM have really done well in my own view in terms of defending those kind of situations. Perfect. Please like, comment, share, and let me know if there's anything that I've missed into this. Aye, mapagani.